You walk through the door after a long, exhausting day. The world outside was chaotic, loud, and demanding. Before you can even take off your shoes, drop your keys, or utter a single word of greeting, your dog approaches. They do not just wag their tail or wait patiently for a pat on the head. They press their nose against your clothes, your skin, your hands, and begin to sniff you with an intensity that feels almost investigative, almost obsessive. Most of us just laugh at this behavior. We give them a quick scratch behind the ears and gently push them away, assuming they are just curious about what we had for lunch or if we dared to pet another dog on the street. But what if I told you that this subtle act, this silent and profound scanning, hides one of the most complex, philosophical, few and potentially life-saving instincts your dog possesses? What if this behavior is not just a passing curiosity, but an urgent warning or a detailed reading of your soul that you are completely ignoring? Welcome to Paw Consciousness. Today, we're going to dive deep into an invisible world, a universe that flows through the air and shapes the entire reality of your best friend. We will unravel the hidden biology and the profound philosophy behind the dog that simply will not stop sniffing you. By the end of this journey, I promise you will never push your dog away again when they press their nose against you, because you will understand that they are not just smelling your scent. They are reading your truth. To comprehend the absolute magnitude of what is happening when your dog sniffs you, we must first tear down and rebuild our own perception of reality. We humans are essentially visual creatures. We firmly believe in what we can see. We construct our understanding of the world through colors, shapes, lights, and shadows. We communicate through facial expressions, rehearsed smiles, restrained tears, and calculated postures. Our reality is a painted canvas, often colored with the inks of illusion. But your dog's reality is not a static painting. It is a chemical symphony in constant motion. While an average human possesses about 6 million olfactory receptors, a dog possesses a staggering 300 million. The part of the canine brain dedicated exclusively to analyzing these odors is proportionally 40 times larger than ours. Their nose is not just a sensory organ. It is a biological supercomputer designed to decode the universe on a molecular level. They even possess a special organ called Jacobson's organ, located at the back of their nasal cavity, which allows them to literally taste the air, processing pheromones and chemical signals that are completely undetectable to us. Philosophically, this means that dogs live in the dimension of absolute truth. Vision can be easily deceived. You can put on an elegant suit, force a smile, and tell the world that everything is under control. You can fool your coworkers, your friends, your family, and even yourself when you look in the mirror. But you will never, under any circumstances, fool your dog. Because emotions are not just abstract concepts floating in your mind. They are violent, real chemical reactions occurring inside your body. When you are stressed, anxious, afraid, or experiencing deep suffering, your body releases specific hormones, such as cortisol and adrenaline. These chemicals leak through your pores, mix with your sweat, and create a heavy cloud of information around you. When you try to hide your pain from the world, your dog approaches and begins to sniff you insistently because they are perceiving a cognitive dissonance. Your eyes and your voice say you are fine, but your scent screams that you are falling apart. They sniff you endlessly because they are trying to assess the gravity of the situation. They are anchoring themselves in your biology to figure out how they can help, how they can protect you, how they can restore your balance. Let us delve deeper into the stoicism of the dog. Stoic philosophy teaches us to accept the world as it is, without projecting false narratives or letting our egos dictate our reality. Your dog is the ultimate stoic master. They do not judge your anxiety. They do not ask you to explain why you are sad, nor do they resent you for bringing heavy energy into the room. They simply absorb the reality of your chemical state and offer their unwavering presence. When your dog sniffs your hands and face after a hard day, they are reading the history of your struggles and offering a silent pact of solidarity. They are saying, "I smell your burden and I am here to share it." But this obsessive sniffing goes even deeper, venturing into a territory that borders on the miraculous. Your dog is not just an emotional therapist. They are a biological radar, a highly sophisticated early warning system that might just save your life. There are countless documented cases in medical literature of dogs who suddenly developed an obsession with sniffing a specific part of their owner's body. A dog that refuses to stop sniffing a tiny mole on a leg. A dog that constantly presses its nose against its owner's chest, neck, or abdomen, whining softly. Often the human gets annoyed, thinking the dog is just developing a weird, irritating habit. But weeks or months later, a medical diagnosis reveals the terrifying truth: melanoma, breast cancer, lung disease, or an impending epileptic seizure. Because your dog's nose is so incredibly sensitive, they can detect the volatile organic compounds released by diseased or mutating cells long before any physical symptom appears on the surface. When your dog sniffs you obsessively in a specific spot, they are not being a nuisance. They might be desperately trying to give you a warning. They are reading the microscopic changes in your cellular structure and sounding an alarm in the only language they know. Imagine the profound responsibility they carry on their shoulders. They walk through life gathering data, scanning the environment, and constantly monitoring the health and emotional stability of the being they love most. They do not get paid for this vigilant guardianship. They do not ask for recognition or praise. They do it because, in your shared existence, you are their pack, you are their entire world, and your survival is inextricably linked to their own. Your health is their safety. Let us explore another fascinating layer of this behavior: the history of your day. When you return home, your dog's obsessive sniffing is essentially their way of reading your daily diary. Where did you go? Who did you meet? What did you eat? Did you encounter any other animals, friendly or hostile? To a dog, a pair of jeans or a pair of shoes is a vast library of information. Every scent is a sentence. Every odor is a paragraph. They sniff you from head to toe to catch up on the events of your life that they missed while waiting patiently by the door. By allowing them to do this, by standing still for just 30 seconds and letting them perform their full investigation, you're doing something incredibly powerful for your relationship. You're giving them respect. You're honoring their true nature. You're communicating without words that you know they experience the world through their nose, and you willingly offer them your history. When you quickly push them away, you are essentially slamming a book shut right in the middle of the most important chapter. You are denying them the closure and the mental connection they crave after hours of absence. Letting them sniff you is a profound act of consent and love. It bridges the gap between your highly visual human world and their richly olfactory canine one. Furthermore, this behavior speaks volumes about the concept of time, memory, and emotional permanence. For a dog, scents are intimately tied to memory and profound emotion. When they sniff you, they're not just gathering new information. They are constantly cross-referencing it with everything they already know and love about you. They are confirming your identity in the most intimate way possible. They are wrapping their senses in the familiar, comforting scent of the person who represents safety, warmth, and survival. This deep connection explains why a dog will often bury their nose in your discarded shirt, steal your favorite socks, or sleep curled tightly on your unwashed laundry when you are not home. It is never about the fabric itself. It is about the lingering ghost of your presence. Your scent is the anchor that keeps them steady in the vast, sometimes overwhelming ocean of the world. By inhaling your scent, they are literally keeping you close to their heart until the moment you return. When we truly understand the deep philosophy and the staggering biology of the sniffing dog, our entire relationship with them transforms. We stop seeing them merely as pets or animals that live in our houses, and we start recognizing them as highly evolved, profoundly sensitive companions who navigate the world with a wisdom we can barely comprehend. They teach us the supreme value of the present moment. They do not care about your past mistakes or your future anxieties. They only care about the chemical, emotional reality of right now. Are you safe? Are you healthy? Are you here with them, fully present? They also teach us the importance of radical, inescapable honesty. You cannot wear a mask around your dog. You cannot hide your grief behind a smile or your fear behind a confident posture. You must be exactly who you are in all your messy, beautiful, biological truth. And in return for this absolute honesty, they offer you something that is incredibly rare and precious in the human world: unconditional, unjudging acceptance. They smell your fear, your sickness, your exhaustion, your darkest moments, and they do not pull away in disgust or judgment. Instead, They lean in closer. So the next time you walk through that door and your dog rushes up to bury their nose in your clothes, do not sigh in exasperation. Do not scold them for being overly eager. Do not push them away to get on with your evening routine. Stand still. Take a deep breath. Allow them to read you. Give them the time they need to process your day, to meticulously check your health, to validate your emotions, and to joyfully confirm that you have safely returned to them. In those quiet moments of intense, focused sniffing, your dog is not just gathering data. They are writing a love letter to you in the most ancient, honest, and beautiful language known to nature. If this journey into the mind and heart of your dog has changed the way you see their daily behavior, then our mission here is fulfilled. But the canine mind holds many more mysteries, some of which challenge everything we think we know about our furry companions. Have you ever wondered why, despite all your love, care, and training, your dog sometimes panics and destroys the house the moment you leave? It is not revenge, it is not spite, and it is not just a mess. It is a profound psychological response that goes straight to the core of their survival instincts and their attachment to you. That is exactly what we will uncover in our next video. The philosophy of the dog that destroys everything when you leave. It goes far beyond the mess. Until then, honor the bond you share. Let them sniff, let them understand. No, and let them love you in their own remarkable silent way.